This is the most critical. Welcome to the Jersey Shore Podcast, Special Election Edition, because we think this is the most critical election of our lifetime. We decided to get off our butts, get out of the studio, and ask the voters directly what their thoughts are on this election with 3 simple questions. We wanted to give the voters a voice during early voting. Here they are.
Do you trust the mainstream media?
No,
No?
absolutely not.
Care to elaborate on that?
I won't even do the mail-in votes when I come here to do it right in person.
With you.
Yeah,
All right. How do you feel about the election integrity? Are you comfortable with it?
not really.
No?
Voting in person has more benefits than I think mailing in or any other way. But we'll see. I mean, after what they just said, what happened in Orlando with the mailman throwing out the ballots.
I didn't hear about that
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
All right, and the last question I have for you. What party do you think is going to steer this country in the right direction?
I mean, I'm going to vote for Donald Trump, even though I'm a union member. But I mean, I just the way the world's going with the war, and they did the inflation of food and everything else. It's just I can't trust Kamala Harris. Sorry, it's more of a trust thing for me right now.
I hear you. I got one follow-up question. Though. You know, I'm in the Carpenters Union.
Huge state chance.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You know, taking the questions. All right.
Good luck.
We're with the Jersey Shore Podcast. We're under the Patriots Prayer Network. So that's news that you can actually trust. We're the fastest growing network throughout the country. We have podcasters all throughout the states in the country. So the Patriots Prayer Network, and we're the Jersey Shore Podcast.
Vote with your heart.
That's right.
Not what the news tells you to do.
Thank you very much, man. One question for you. Do you trust mainstream media?
Sure.
Sure. Do you care to elaborate on it at all?
Do I care to elaborate? Not really, but I can make decisions for myself, so I can tell when things are goofy, more or less.
Okay.
Do I believe everything I hear? And no.
Okay. Next question is, how do you feel about the integrity of this election?
I trust it
You
completely.
trust it completely?
Yeah.
Okay.
I trusted the last one as well.
Okay.
So,
All right. And last question is, what party do you think would take this country, steer this country in the right direction?
do I want to answer that?
You don't have to if you don't want.
I don't really want to. I know which way I lean, but I always hope for the best with whatever party.
So,
I just hope.
gotcha.
You know.
All right. Well, thank you very much for the questions. I really appreciate it. This is the Jersey Shore Podcast on the Patriots Prayer Network.
Okay.
We have podcasters throughout the country. It's one of the fastest growing networks in the country right now. It's the PPN, Patriots Prayer Network.
Okay.
So thank you very much. Do you trust the mainstream media?
No,
No? Do you care to elaborate on that?
I think they lie.
Okay.
They lied in the past, and once somebody lies to you, you don't trust it. Once they continually lie to you, then the same goes for the people in the government too.
No, understood. Next question is, how do you feel about the integrity of this election? Are you comfortable with it?
Before. Yeah, I guess.
Okay. All right. And then one more question for you. What party do you think is going to steer this country in the right direction from here on out? From this election forward?
I think the Republican Party.
The Republican Party?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's more than I'd say Trump, because there's even people in the Republican Party you can't trust. You can trust Trump.
Yeah. I hear a lot of people saying that. A lot of people are saying that.
Yep.
Well,
I think if Kamala gets in, we're in for some serious trouble in our nation.
Well, I'll quietly agree with you with that one. So, but no, thank you very much. But my name's Damon Galdo with the Jersey Shore Podcast under the Patriots Prayer Network. We're one of the fastest growing networks in the country. We have podcasters throughout the entire country, and we're all under the Patriots Prayer Network. So if you go on the patriotsprayer.com on Rumble, there's always going to be a podcast on there, whether it's from Nevada, whether it's from Maryland, whether it's from Washington. You'll always see one of us on there. And we'll be streaming live all day on election day as well.
Okay,
So,
great.
Patriots Prayer Network.
Patriots Prayer Network.
Yeah. Thank you
Okay.
very much for answering questions. Appreciate it. I was wondering, my name's Damon Gallo with Jersey Shore Podcast. I was wondering if you would answer 3 quick questions for me.
go ahead.
First question is, do you trust the mainstream media?
No, I don't.
Care to elaborate on that?
Well, there's certain things, and I always go into this. Anybody that talks about censorship, I don't trust.
I hear you there.
Okay, if they're for censorship, but you have to learn how to look what the message is, and there's just too many things going on of the way they treat things. Like they need to do, one thing is they need to have an independent debate.
You're correct.
They shouldn't have a partisan, people that worked for certain people doing the debate.
It's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
So I'm another question too. How do you feel about the election integrity? Are you comfortable?
I'm worried.
Worried?
I'm worried. I'll tell you a quick story. My cousin worked in a prison in Pennsylvania. The majority of the inmates were from Philadelphia. He knew two of them that every major election, they go to an office, they get an envelope filled with addresses. Okay. And they go to different districts and they'd vote. Okay. And these two guys, there was two of them, they said they voted for Ed Rendell 40 times in 2 elections.
I believe it. And then this last question is kind of redundant. So I already know the answer. What party do you think is going to steer this country in the right direction?
The Republican Party. Well, actually, yeah. Well, more so, but there's some people you have to go by the individual, but on a par, the Republican Party.
Right.
I always tell people the last Democrat I voted for in a primary was Jimmy Carter in 80, because I got to vote against Ted Kennedy.
I wasn't born until 81.
Well, this is 51 for me.
Yeah. So, well, just to let you know, my name is Damon Galdo from the Patriots Prayer Network.
Okay.
And, Jersey Shore Podcast under the Patriots Prayer Network.
Okay.
We're one of the fastest growing networks in the country. We're podcasters. We have podcasters through all the states in the country.
Yeah.
And all we do is seek the truth. That's why the first question was,
what?
Do you trust mainstream media?
I'm a Christian, but Aristotle said you want to trust the truth over any person. And what's the truth?
Yeah, there's always their side, and then the truth right in the middle.
So,
but thanks for answering my questions. Remember,
what's your name again?
Damon Galdo.
Damon?
Yeah, nice to meet you.
I'm Dave. Dave.
So,
Okay. All right.
just remember, Jersey Shore Podcast and Patriots Prayer Network.
Okay.
You can look us up. Thank you very much.
All right.
Damon Galdo, the Jersey Shore Podcast. I want to know if you answer any quick questions.
Okay.
You trust the mainstream media?
Well,
Yeah, elaborate on that.
I don't get all the facts. It's more opinion than fact, so that's what I do.
My next question, you guys made. How do you feel about election selection?
It first good. Mail-in ballots,
and stuff. You haven't heard a lot of different stories. Florida, PA, and all. So, last question is, what party do you think is going to drive this country in the right direction? Your problem. What great clear in that box. Oh, that's good. Again, my name's Damon Gallo. We're Jersey Shore Podcast. We're under Patriot Patriots Prayer Network, one of the fastest growing networks in the country. We have podcasters in multiple states throughout the country. We're growing pretty fast. So we're going to be streaming all day on my YouTube. So you guys can check us out. And
Quick questions?
yeah, sure. Go ahead.
My name is Damon Gallo, the Jersey Shore Podcast.
Yes.
So, first thing I want to ask, do you trust mainstream?
No.
Can you elaborate on that?
Why?
I'm a podcast. So yes.
Define mainstream. Is it all media? Is it all mainstream media?
I would say all mainstream. So whether it be CNN, MSNBC, Fox, BBC,
I would say no to most. Right. Next question is, how do you feel about election integrity? You don't have a choice. I vote, and my vote counts. That's all I can say. I don't know if it's, for the most part, who's trustworthy. Not entirely. There's probably people that should not be voting. You know, it's something like this. And my last question for you is, what party do you think is going to steer this country into the election? You know what? Yes. I hope so anyway. All right. Well, my name is David Gallo from the Jersey Shore Podcast. I'm the Patriots Prayer Network. We're one of the fastest growing networks in the country. We have podcasters throughout the country, different states. And we're going to be airing all day on election day. And we have podcasts on every day, different podcasts from the states. Here in New Jersey, Maryland, Florida, Washington, all the places. It's not a lot going. Yeah, can I ask you 3 quick questions?
Go ahead.
My name's David Gallo from the Jersey Shore Podcast.
Hey, how we doing?
Good. First question is, do you trust mainstream media?
No.
Care to elaborate on that?
Please don't really feel it's giving the whole truth.
Correct. Second question is, how do you feel about election integrity? Election, are you comfortable with it?
I think we'll be fine with it. Yes.
Okay. Third question is, what party do you think is going to steer this party in the right direction?
I think the result is now. It's like they have the momentum and it's going to change. Way to go. Let's go.
Had lots of things, like 5 in the right.
All right, let's hope it keeps up.
Well, again, my name is David Gallo from Jersey Shore Podcast. I'm the Patriots Prayer Network, the fastest growing network in the country. That's why I had the question. Trust mainstream media. So, but we have podcasts throughout the country. We're going to be streaming all day on election day. You can jump on anytime, and we'll have one of our podcasts.
I think the large turnout is telling it. It's telling it tale.
My name's David Gallo, Jersey Shore Podcast. So, the first question I want to ask you is, do you trust mainstream media?
No, I don't.
Care to elaborate on that?
Yeah, I do. I feel like mainstream media can tend to be biased a lot, and they tend to do whatever benefits whatever company they work for the most.
Okay. All right, next question I have for you. With election integrity, are you comfortable with the integrity of this election?
No, I'm already not. I've already seen a lot of things about people who are going to try and vote, and the people who run the voting are saying that they've already been voted, like they've already voted even though they haven't. I see a lot of stuff about people not having to show ID at all to be able to vote, and I just think that it's not fair and it's not right and it's not true. It's not what the election process was supposed to look like.
Okay. And last question, what party do you think is going to steer this country in the right direction?
Me personally, this is my first time voting. I'm 18.
I was going to ask you that too.
Yeah, this is my first time voting, and me personally, I can openly say I'm going to vote for Donald Trump. I feel like I've been working under when he used to be president and under Kamala's president, and I've known that I've been able to save money. I've been able to build better savings. I've been making more money. Things were cheaper. And I also hate what's going on with the border and the illegal immigration in this country, and I feel like something needs to give with that. So yeah, I feel like Donald Trump would steer this country in a way better direction than Kamala Harris.
You're pretty smart for an 18-year-old.
Thank you.
So hey, listen, so anyway, I'm from the Jersey Shore Podcast under the Patriots Prayer Network.
Mm-hmm.
We're one of the fastest growing networks in the country. We have podcasters from all different states. So we're going to be airing all day on election day, and you can check out our podcast on Rumble Daily. There's going to be a podcast there going on at different times all done. So if you scan this with your phone, it'll take you right to our site. Hey, bud, mind if I ask you 3 quick questions?
Sure. Kamala Harris sucks. I voted for Donald Trump. What's the third question?
I don't think I even need the other so first question was, do you trust the mainstream media?
No.
I don't. Do you? No, that's why we're talking. But how do you feel about the integrity of this election?
I don't think there's any integrity left in politics. I think that's when I think that they spend half the money they spend on shooting and reading vouchers that actually solve problems. Problems we solve.
Just three questions. And then I guess the last question, the other part you think is, part of those like more like functional. Older, you know. Okay. Well, my name's Damon Gallup. I'm very civil. I can. Engage Prayer Network. We're on the fastest growing networks in podcasts.
Which am I, right?
And those
Like something things going to be a better choice for solution.
no, you answered the question. So, but hey, if you want to check out our site, you want to scan this North scan and take it right to our site.
I'm going to be able to share that.
Yeah, we can put it.
Yeah, where are you with now?
I'm with the Jersey Shore podcast.
Okay.
Patriots Prayer Network.
What's your name, brother?
Damon Gallup.
Damon? All right, I'm Seth Rossi. Nice to meet you.
Well, Tanner.
Italian and Puerto Rican. Yeah.
So, my first question is: do you trust mainstream media?
Not really.
Can you elaborate on that?
I just feel like they control what they want you to see. So, you know, that, what's that thing called where they can just, they want you to see what they want you to see. You know, whether it's Fox or CNN or MSN, you know, I feel like, they just want to make people the sheeples they want them to be. So I think you got to get your own news yourself. For friends, family, you know, being out there. Yeah, maybe working the polls, doing things like that. That's what I believe. And seeing things firsthand.
Yep. So then, last question is: what party do you think is going to steer this country?
Unity.
What party?
Oh, I thought you said what part?
What party?
Oh, Democrat. Yes, all the way. Down the line. Yeah, of course. I want change. You know, I'm a woman. I want to break that glass ceiling. You know, why not? Plus, I want you to be. That's what I said. I'm tired of. We need to be together, not divided. We're sick of it.
Well,
We're sick of us being divided. We all put our pants on the same. We all go to sleep the same. I mean, some of us do. You know what I mean? But I'm tired of it. It's sickening. You're my brother. I'm your sister. That's it. That's all that matters.
Yeah, my name's Damon Gallup, Jersey Shore.
I'm going to check it out because he gave me some information. I'll scan it.
We're under the Patriots Prayer Network, one of the fastest growing networks in podcasts from different states throughout the country. We're going to be airing all day, election day.
Okay.
And then you can check us out on daily at different podcasts.
And what are you doing? Going around each of these like polls right now? These are early voting.
Yeah,
Just trying to see.
simple questions about that. Voting network.
Okay.
That's why the first question to a podcast. So that's what they asked. Do you trust the mainstream media?
No.
No. Can you elaborate on that?
I just don't trust them at all. I don't trust a lot that's going on right now.
I hear that a lot.
Yes.
Second question: how do you feel about voter integrity in this election?
Already we heard some reviews where certain states that people are signing using different signatures and things. So I'm hoping that it's much better since all the governors and everything are getting involved with it.
Yeah, but I'm hearing a lot of it's being called already.
Exactly. That's what I've said. Yes.
So last question is: what party do you think is going to steer this country in the right direction?
Republican.
Hearing that a lot today, so.
Yes. Good.
But anyway, my name's David Gallup from Jersey Shore Podcast on the Patriots Prayer Network. We're one of the fastest growing networks in the country. We have podcasters throughout the entire country in different states.
Okay.
And that's why I asked the first question: do you trust mainstream media? Because we don't need it.
Oh,
We
good.
just seek the truth.
Sure, go ahead.
So my name's David Gallup from Jersey Shore Podcast.
Okay.
So first question is: do you trust mainstream media?
Do I trust the mainstream media? Oh man, I don't know. That's a hard one. Yeah.
That's all me.
Yeah. I don't trust. I don't know. It's hard to believe anything you hear, honestly. I mean, yeah. So if I had to say no, I would say no.
All right. Then next question is: how do you feel about voter integrity in this election? How do you think it's been going? Comfortable with it?
Yeah, I was never big on voting, but I feel like this time I had to vote. But I just don't know how the system actually works. You know, I feel like they want who they want in there. It's, you know, that's my belief. But I feel like I at least had to vote. Yeah.
And then, what's the number one thing you would like to see change after this election?
Man, that's a good question. And I feel like a tough one to answer.
order the economy. It's one thing.
Yeah, there's so many things.
Well, in that case, then what party do you think is going to steer this country in the right direction?
What party do I think? I mean, for me, and I've always been a Democrat, but I'm voting for Trump. And I've always, my whole family, everybody's Democrat. Like, I voted for Biden because I didn't like Trump the way how he was before. But this time around, between the two, Kamala and Trump, I mean, just for me, it was just easy.
Common sense.
Yeah, man. And like, I've been trying to put aside, like, okay, doesn't matter what party. Just say I didn't know. Say it was Kamala that was Republican and Trump that was Democrat. I'm just going off what I believe that, you know, who's going to run the country a lot better. And, you know, and for me, yeah, it was Trump.
Like I said, my name is Damon Gallup from the Jersey Shore Podcast.
Okay.
The Patriot Prayer Network.
Okay.
One of the fastest growing networks in the country. We have podcasters in different states throughout the country.
Okay.
So we're going to be airing all day on election day. And
Okay.
you can go on our Rumble channel
Okay.
any day of the week. You have a podcast you're on going. We have
Okay.
Florida, obviously, from New Jersey,
Yeah.
Washington,
Okay.
Maryland.
Okay.
So if you want to see this, it'll take you right
Yeah, absolutely.
My name's Damon Gallup. Jersey Shore Podcast. So the first question I want to ask, do you trust the mainstream media?
No.
Care to elaborate?
There's a lot of propaganda.
I mean, I figured the answer anyway.
Right.
I'm
I'm sure.
Just one other question. Second thing is, how do you feel about the election integrity? Are you comfortable with it? Worried about it?
Questionable.
Very much so.
Third question is, what party do you think is going to steer this country in the right direction?
Republicans.
Down, Trump.
I'm hearing that a lot.
Hands down, Trump.
Absolutely. Anybody who wants to kill a baby at 9 months, you have to question, right? In New Jersey, you can go have an abortion at 9 months. 9-month term, go have an abortion. Is that right? That baby kicks, a baby is, you're feeding it? Well, whatever. Like, if somebody has those kind of morals, what are they going to do for our country?
Well, it looks like we're losing just plain old common sense in this country.
It's not
Correct.
It's not a political election. It's a moral election.
Absolutely.
Thanks for answering my questions. And
Absolutely.
my name's Damon Gallup from the Jersey Shore Podcast. I'm the Patriots Prayer Network.
Okay.
We're the fastest growing network in the country. We have podcasts in all different states throughout our country. We're going to be airing all day on election day. And you go on to patriotprayer.com. You can see the schedule for it. The podcast. So my name's Damon Gallup with the Jersey Shore Podcast. So I have 3 quick questions. Do you guys trust mainstream media?
No.
You care to elaborate on that? Probably some questions. When we get
Whoever funds it or, you know, pays the bills, it's gonna go towards what they do. Some things are true, not all.
But next one, how do you feel about integrity? This election, voter integrity. What it? Worried about it?
I'm nervous about it. So does that describe what side you're on, but I'm nervous about it.
No, it doesn't. It's fine. But yeah, a lot of people, everyone's nervous. So our last question is, what party do you think is steering this country in the right direction?
What it was founded on?
Well, after this election, what party do you think will be the better party to steer this country back, to get it back on track?
I'm gonna say the Republicans.
You're not allowed today, sir? So, hey, but listen, my name's David Gallup from Jersey Shore Podcast. It's under the Patriots Prayer Network, one of the fastest growing networks in the country. We're podcasters in different states throughout the country. I'm going to be airing all day, election day. And if you go on the patriotsprayer.com, you'll see the list of the podcasts that go there. And you can check us out. My name's Damon Gallup from Jersey Shore Podcast. So first question I ask you, trust that nation.
A little bit. Ran for Congress, didn't you?
Yes, you did.
That's my vote for it.
They did. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. So, all right. Then, second question. How do you feel about voting against this election?
Prefer not to answer now.
So, last question. I don't think it voted for me.
I think Republican-led Congress would be the best result for this country. I think just speaking from the standpoint of the economy, inflation's out of hand, and statistically, I think more parties go ahead and bring it back.
So, like I said, all the articles are doing well. But like I said, before the Jersey Shore podcast, the Patriots were the largest growing network in podcasts around the states. POPatriotBreak.com, they list all podcasts. We're be airing all day and watching day.
That's exactly why I voted for it. I did the texting. I was a fan of a different presidential candidate, and you gave me a respectful answer.
Oh, well, yeah,
Governor DeSantis. Yeah, and I appreciated that. And that's the most I've gotten from a politician. So you got my vote for that.
yeah, well, obviously, the only one who did that. Respond, because I when I put it out there and they said this is not your typical text, I didn't respond.
Well, I just appreciate it. So for a lot of people in the party were shaming people for who supporters of Governor DeSantis, and I appreciated that you gave me a respectful answer. That got your friend President Trump.
Yeah, well, I'd like to say this still. Like, I knew Trump would go on the day and he had to watch the state on.
I like how Florida was ran. So that's why
I doubt that DeSantis doesn't just go over the right one off from TV.
by far that the most effective Republican politician I've seen in my life.
Yeah.
And if you look at just Monroe's policy, if that shows the past, Governor DeSantis was, I think,
Yeah, and I would say I don't like trusting the law there. I say I don't trust Trump. Trump just that's what I like his policies, all his policies. But DeSantis is safe denied. I didn't like to see this. He might be up next.
I like DeSantis. He won in 22, which was a poor year for the party. I like go right there.
What do you think about after 4 years the Vance DeSantis?
Who's that top ticket?
Wow, probably Vance. President and after that.
If Governor DeSantis don't think I'll vote for it, but I prefer Governor DeSantis.
Right. Like I said, I'm part of the traditional podcast and the Patriots Prayer Network. So, phone see it. So going to air all day. Today, the fastest growing.
Gotta ask, is my face going everywhere on the internet?
No, I mean, I'm just taking this to get.
I was gonna say I prefer not to be my face to be everywhere.
Oh, no, that's fine. No problem. I was just saying if you scan this, it'll take you to our site.
Also like to watch.
Yeah, and you'll see we have podcasters. So if you go on the website, pagesquare.com, you'll see the different stages.
What is it?
Make sure podcast. 3 questions I want to ask. 1, do you trust the mainstream media?
No, I do not.
Care to elaborate on that?
Well, I think I've seen where they have twisted and turned things and they have tried to angle it for a certain way and for certain thinking. And I think they should be more open and give everybody both sides. And I don't think they've done that.
Okay, hearing that a lot today. Next question is, how do you feel about the integrity, voter integrity in this election? Are you comfortable with it or are you questionable?
I am questionable. I obviously want to still do it. I think the last election put me on edge thinking, what's going to happen this year or this time around. So I am concerned. I hope nothing comes out of this that's negative in the election process for this term.
I think we all hope that. Definitely. So, last question I have for you. What party do you think is the party that's going to steer the country back in the right direction?
The Republican Party.
I'm hearing that a lot today too.
Okay, well then good.
So
it's hopeful.
Yeah. So again, my name is Damon Gallo from Jersey Shore Podcast under the Patriots Prayer Network. We're the fastest growing network in the country. We have podcasters through multiple states throughout the country. If you go to thepatriotsprayer.com, you'll see the list of different podcasters from different states. You'll see the times that we air. And we're going to be airing all day on election day.
Just raising the flag.